Okay, we're recording.
Hello, everybody. All right. You want me to start this off?
Yep.
Okay. Well, welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a great week. And I know there's going to be several that couldn't get on here. Some people are like taking last minute vacations and all kinds of stuff going on. So summer is always crazy, but we are going to have this recorded so we can put this in the new 90-day challenge group. But I'm excited about this, and some of you may be excited, and some of you may be going, what the heck is the 90-day challenge group? But that's why we're on here. We're going to explain it a little bit more. Um, there's a few things that I want to clarify first before we get started. This group is one that wants to come together and intentionally use our time to grow our business, to I'm trying to think of the best word to be able to say that. Just be very intentional about promoting, about building our business, about taking our business to the next step. And here's what I've seen happen and what we don't want to happen in this group, okay? Everybody comes into this business from all different walks of life. You all have different things going on in your lives, and but you come to this with a why, with something that you would like to get out of it. And sometimes we join for a special promotion or whatever it is, but then along the way we realize, you know what, I really could use a little bit of extra money, or I want to plan for my future. I want a plan B in my life. Whatever it is, we decide we're going to jump in. And then along the way, something happens, we get discouraged. Somebody says no, or lots of people say no, or people just ignore us, or whatever the case is we all of a sudden discouragement sets in, and then we back off. Okay. And if you've been in the business for any length of time, you know that we get all excited and we're all going to go for it. We're going to do this. And this is exactly what I did. I was like, yeah, we're going to do it fast. That's what we're going to do. And then I did it. And then I got scared. And then I went, whoop, don't want to do it. And totally set back my business. And that's what we're not going to do. And when you are around other people that are doing the exact same thing, or they're saying, pouring all this negativity in and saying, I can't get this, or I can't do this, or this person isn't doing this, or this person said this. And as much as we want to be real, and we want to be we want to be realistic about things, but we are going to be positive, because negativity will breed negativity, but positivity will breed positivity. And we are going to be positive in this group. We are going to be, like I said, intentional. So what we're going to do in this group is what's different from this versus Team Purpose. Team Purpose is a big group page that's about 1,000 people in it. And what happens is sometimes complacency will rub off as well. And so people become complacent. Life gets in the way, whatever the case is, but we sit back and we don't do anything. And then it makes it so much easier for the next person to sit back and not do anything. And I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not passing judgment. It's just that's just the reality of this. Okay. So this business, this page, this group is going to be helping each other to stick to it, setting those goals, working towards those goals. And I had somebody say earlier today that they were a little concerned about the time commitment. And my response to that is, we're not going to worry about the time commitment as much. There's not really a commitment of time, but there's a commitment of being intentional with the time that you have to work the business. Does that make sense?
Perfect
Yeah.
sense. I love the way you put
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I was,
So
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
I
Go
was
ahead.
just thinking of something. I was talking with someone today, and she's a new teammate, and I was telling her that everybody's goals for this 90-day challenge for your business are going to be different. And so it's going to look different for everybody. And so what it looks like for me is not what it's going to look like for each of you. And that's okay, because that's the beauty of this business. And so the only expectation is that you create your own system during this 90-day challenge, whatever's going to work for you. Many of you on here have full-time jobs that you are working. Obviously that's a big deal. And so that is something that will play a huge role in how you're going to fit the business into your life. And so it'll look different for each of us, and that's okay. So the point of this is not for all of us to do the exact same things all the time, the same amount of time spent every day. The goal really is just like what Amy said, it's to be intentional and to set your own expectations for yourself. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And you have to know that we're here to help you, and that whatever your schedule looks like, probably somebody else has one that's very similar. And so others have paved the way for you. So you don't, what we're going to do is we're not going to let ourselves off the hook either. We're not going to say, I have a lot going on, or I've got this, or no matter what the case is, we are going to stay the course. Okay. Because we can make the time, and whether it's 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, it may change from day to day or week to week, but we're going to stick to the course. Okay.
Right.
This is the group that says, you know what, I am going to put a goal I'm going to make a goal out of this, and then I'm going to go for it, and I'm not going to stop. And if we get to the end of the month and you didn't get your goal, guess what? The whole new month starts, and you're going to go and you're going to do it again. We're going to do it until we reach those goals. And then we're going to set a new one. Okay. So that's what this is about, is we're going to break this down, and we're going to encourage each other. We're going to challenge each other. We're going to stay excited and positive. I know I'm not saying that frustration's not going to set in, but you're going to come to this group, and this group's going to lift you up. Okay, that's what this is going to be about. All right, so couple of things that we would like to happen if you're going to be in this group. Okay, first off, know that you don't have to be a part of this. If you listen to this and you say, you know what, I just am not ready to do this right now. And it doesn't mean that you can't be in the business, and it doesn't mean that you won't have our support. But like I said, complacency is contagious, or not even complacency, but sitting back and just watching is not going to be what we're going to do in this group. Okay. Everybody's going to be working together to make this happen. And whatever your goal is, all right, we're going to hold each other accountable, and we're going to help each other move. And so if you are listening to this and you go, you know what, just not for me, first thing I would ask is talk to your sponsor or talk to one of your diamond leaders and say, hey, I want to talk through this. Okay. So don't just write it off. Okay. Don't just say, nope, I'm done. Just talk to them and say, hey, I need some help. Here's what my goals are. This is what I'd like to do. Does this group sound like something I should be in, or should I just be doing what I was doing before? So you've got to weigh your options and know the pros and the cons and move forward. Okay. And the other thing is, so it's going to be very interactive. So be willing to be interactive. And if you're scared, if you're going, I don't know what to say, or, I'm not saying that you have to say something all the time, but just know that it's going to come, and we're all going to be just chiming in together. All right. And we're here to help you. The other thing is, we are going to do, to hold each other accountable, we're going to do a weekly Zoom like this. And it's going to be Tuesday nights at 9:00. And I'm going to ask that you commit to being on those if at all possible. Okay. If for some reason we know life happens, then you can't be on there Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock, then we will record it. We'll put it up there, but don't use that as an excuse to not do it. Okay. I know some things happen. And I remember when I first started, okay, my husband was on the road all the time. My daughter was in school still and was at home, and she was a teenager, and she would every once in a while say, I made a commitment to be on certain calls. Okay. And I just was doing it. And she would say, do you have to? And I would say, give me 15 minutes or give me 20 minutes, whatever it was going to be. And I would say, I'm going to listen to this, and then we will do whatever we need to do. Okay. So I could watch a show with her, or I could do something. But I talked with my family and said, this is important. I believe this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move forward. And so in order to do that for the next 90 days, I'm going to give it my all. Okay. And if you're going to give it your all, then you're going to commit to doing certain things. All right. Don't let that scare you. But like I said, and life happens, I know. But then even if it does happen and you're not able to be on here live, I want you to commit to listening to it as soon as possible, okay? And there's no reason why we can't. Y'all, we listen to stuff in the car. We listen to things on a walk while we're working out, or whatever it is. We listen to podcasts, we listen to YouTube, we listen to things like that. So you're going to choose to listen to recordings of this or other things that we have. Okay. And Jen, is there anything else I'm forgetting?
No, not about that. I think that was perfecto.
Perfecto.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have challenges. All right. And we're going to have tasks. So it may be something different every day, may not be an exact task every day, but it'll be a challenge, or something will be happening and that will keep you moving. Okay. But the point is that we will constantly be moving, and you will do something for your business every single day.
I have something to add to that. With as far as like, this group does not have to be just me or Amy or Ashley posting an idea. This can, Amanda, if you do something or make a post and you want to share it, get in there and share it with us. Lisa, Dana, anybody on here. It doesn't matter if you have been in a week or 5 years. If you have an idea that you want to share it. And so, because you never know who else might be able to really, who might like that idea and want to use it. So we're not the only ones that come up with stuff. So y'all definitely share some things as well.
And share your successes. We want to see your successes. We want to say, hey, I did this today and it got a lot of interaction. Or, hey, I got brave and handed out a Blitz card today. Whatever it is, we want to cheer each other on, because not only does that help you, but it also helps other people go, all right, I'm going to go do it. Oh, I'm going to try that. Those kinds of things. That's what's going to help each other. And that's why I say it's so important to stay positive in this group, because it really does take a team to keep moving forward. If you feel like you're all alone, then you come up with every excuse in the book to not do it, because fear takes over in our head. So
some of the things usually that we do try to share tips on would be things like, okay, a message that we send out to somebody, a potential customer or a potential distributor, a follow-up message, or even if it's just interacting with people, not even mentioning it works, that kind of thing, building relationships, an idea about that, something for personal development. If somebody's reading a really good book, and I mean, that's a huge part of this business is personal development. So if you listen to something that really helped you, or you read something that was really awesome and you want to share it with us. I'm always reading books. I love books. And so I love sharing what I'm reading with others so that they can benefit from it too. So it's not just, one thing there's so many things that go into making this business work and successful. And so a little bit of all of it is kind of what this challenge will be about.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things I want to address too is as you have people on your team. So here's a few things. What you learn in this group, we want you to be able to share with your team what you're doing. Okay. So as you grow teams, as you grow your organization, that is part of this. That's a big part of your business, is growing your organization. We don't have a business if we're not doing that. When you are growing your organization, you're having distributors, you have team members, then you're going to take these things that you're learning and you're going to say, hey, now it's your turn. You do this, it's just step by step, just saying, I did this, try it. I did this, or I had somebody try this, try it over here. That's what this is going to be about. Now, say you have somebody that really you think would do really well in this group. Okay. Let's talk about that. We want you to invite people to be a part of this group. But what I don't want happening is where we're just adding tons and tons of people in this group, okay? And a couple of reasons why. First thing is just what I talked about in the beginning. People that just sit back and watch, people that just, that really don't understand, then sometimes that's hard, And what we want to do is we want to build them up and we want to encourage them, okay? And so we don't want to frustrate them. And sometimes if they're thrown into something where there's going to be a lot of movement in the beginning, unless they're ready, there's some people that come into this and go, I am so ready. I am doing this. And by all means, we want them in this group. Okay. And we're not trying to exclude anybody. It just may take them a little bit of time. And then all of a sudden you go, hey, I think they're ready for this. What do you think? And let's just kind of talk about that and then ask them, hey, this is what this group is. This is what we're doing. We'd love for you to be a part of it. Do you think you're ready to do that? So that's kind of what, that's kind of the protocol that I would like to see happen in this, is that we are not just throwing people into this group, okay? And not to exclude and not to be exclusive. We want to encourage them. We want to help them. And it may take a little bit of time of kind of spoon feeding and giving them what you're learning, and you just helping them one-on-one for a little while before you throw them into the mix of everything. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that, Jen?
I think that's awesome. One of the things we'll definitely be talking about and helping those of you that don't understand is how to promote in this business, how to move forward. I know I see several people on here that are new, like within the last 30 to 45 days. And so charting and learning how to build your team and promote and things like that, that will be a part of some of the things we talk about, even on those weekly Zooms. So really, honestly, the only thing that is scheduled for this group is our weekly Zooms. And I think Amy and I talk, and as we've learned through this business, almost 5 years, which is crazy. She's coming up on her 5-year anniversary this month. Mine is next month. And so the thing that has kept us in this business is connection. And so staying connected to each other and the team, and then other people that we met along the way, is really why we're both still here. And so that's why we really want to do those weekly Zooms. And I told her, even if it's just me and her on the weekly Zoom and nobody else can make it, that's okay. We'll do it anyway. And then, because sometimes, things, like she said, things happen. So that's really the only scheduled thing. Everything else is going to happen on that page. And those weekly Zooms really aren't going to have too much of a plan. A lot of it might even be just us coming in with questions and people being able to say, okay, well, here's what happened with me this week. What would y'all do? What would y'all say? That kind of stuff. It's very interactive, and we want you guys to ask questions. So do you want to let them ask questions now?
That would be a good idea.
Okay. If you don't know how to unmute yourself, you can raise your hand or something, and I'll unmute you.
If you have a question.
If you have a question. Yes. Anybody have a question?
what would be an example of like one of the challenges that you'll have us do each week?
Good question.
That's a great question.
It is a good question. It might be something along the lines of like a challenge of blitzing, like learning what it is to blitz, and putting that into action, sharing your results from that.
Yeah. Like the challenge might be go pass out 5 of your Blitz cards today as you're out and about, especially on the weekends, you know, when you're out with family or you're running errands or whatever, it's easier to get 5 handed out than maybe during the week. So it might be a challenge like that, or it could be something like go and friend 10 new people on Facebook today, or, you know, send a message to 5 of your friends on your Facebook list and start a conversation with them, things like that, just to, you know, activities are going to help you in your business. And so those are things that you might already be doing anyway, but sometimes it just helps to hear it, you know, and like even me,
new ideas.
Yeah, new ideas, because we all get stuck. I get stuck sometimes and I kind of don't know what to do and I need somebody to tell me what to do. So
yeah. And they'll all be income producing activities. Everything that we do on here, we're going to gear towards income producing. And that's going to include even charting and things like that, because that's all part of learning how to grow our income. But that was a great question.
Thank you.
Who on here signed up with the $10 kit? Gabby, Sherry, did any of the other girls? Lori, right, Lisa?
Lydia is going to be on here, but she is on vacation right now, so she wasn't able to get on.
So several of you did, and I know that I know Gabby, Sherry, Lori all earned their $100, right, in free product.
Yeah.
Yay! That is awesome. Congratulations, ladies.
Yes.
And, you know, even sharing and things like that with each other. Every time I get a loyal customer, I'm excited still after all these years. I'm like, that is something to celebrate. And we want to be able to do that for each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will be doing a lot of celebrating. We may have just parties within this group, you know, like online parties and things like that are just for these people. Not that we're not going to do other things with the whole team, which we do, but what I want to do is I'd love this will all grow when you all start to learn to do what we do. And so your team will start to grow and doing those things. And so we may be challenging you to host your own online party. We're not going to throw you out to the wolves, you know, and we'll partner with you. But, you know, so it'll be some of those things too. It'll be some challenges like that, but it's all going to be to help each other grow, not just helping you grow. It's helping all of us. We all learn from each other. So great questions though.
Anybody else have a question?
Sherry.
Gabby? Okay, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Sherry, they both do? All right, let me unmute. Which one is Gabby's iPad?
Yeah. I'm sorry, it was Gabby that had the question.
Okay, Gabby.
Actually see my question was, I don't really have a problem like getting like people to sign up as a loyal customer, because I mean I'll have 3 more loyal customers on the 11th, but the thing is for me is a lot of people are skeptical about becoming a distributor. Like I was at first when before Jennifer talked to me, hey, you know, it's a good opportunity, and I was very skeptical, but that's what I'm getting from other people too. Like I don't want to become a distributor, so I tell them, hey, why don't you just become a loyal customer and then become a distributor, and then they just get really skeptical.
That, you know, Gabby, I was a loyal customer and Amy was a loyal customer. I was a loyal customer for like 3 weeks, and I think she was it too. Sherry was a loyal customer. Lisa was a loyal customer. Amanda was a loyal customer. And so a lot of people start that way, and that's okay, because if they need to, you know, use the products and decide that they want to become a distributor that way, then that's great. A lot of it too is just that people are watching you to see if you're really serious, if you're going to stick with it. And, because a lot of people jump around and they'll try something for 30 days and then they'll quit. And so sometimes people are just watching and they want to see if you're really serious about your business, and then maybe they'll come in and join you, So, keep doing what you're doing, and those people are going to come along. They're going to join you. It just takes being consistent and doing what you're doing. And I know that Cammie Dempsey, she was our number one distributor in the company for a long time, and she's now the senior vice president of field development, and she's awesome. If you don't follow her on Facebook, make sure you follow her. But she talked about how she didn't sign up her first distributor for 6 months. And so, that's okay. And she was the number one income earner in the company.
So did Pam Souder. Pam Souder didn't even sign up a customer for 6 months, I think.
Right.
So,
So all of those things are normal.
They're very normal. Very normal. But we will definitely be addressing some of those things and being able to talk about that stuff in this group. So
yes,
I love it. Those are great things. One of the biggest things that I think we will talk about is, like we've already said, we've talked about charting, and that's if you have not gone Ruby, we will be working towards going Ruby first, and then you're going to help other people go Ruby. So basically, we're just going to keep learning what these charts are and how to grow those charts and how to be intentional about promoting, not just sitting there looking at a chart full of people and then not do anything about it.
Right. That's awesome.
So, okay.
Anybody else have a question before we end this? Ashley, do you want to say anything?
She is not feeling well, y'all. I feel bad. Ashley, this was kind of her baby. She just decided that why don't we get together and we do this? And so, y'all, she's been really sick. So she's got, she's like migraines and just all kinds of stuff going on right now. So
Never mind. You don't have to say anything.
Y'all pray for her. She told me, she goes, I'm going to be muted and I'm not going to have, because she said I look like Quasimodo. So,
okay. No worries.
Your picture doesn't look like Quasimodo, though, Ashley. You look beautiful. So,
all right. Well, if anybody has any questions after this, you can always send us a message and let us know. Tomorrow is officially the first day, right? Of this group. And some people were kind of confused about the 90-day challenge for your business and the 90-day challenge for you personally. Don't get it confused. It's just, we were encouraging you all to do your own 90-day challenge with the products and show people what you're using, because then, they're going to be drawn to you, and it's like inviting them into your health journey and into what you're doing. And then that just, builds trust with people. It builds confidence for yourself as you're sharing the products. And so a lot of you are already doing that, and it's awesome. So your own personal 90-day challenge can be a part of this, but that's just you using the products, sharing it on your social media, sharing it with your friends, and letting them know what it is that you're doing and what products you're using as well.
That was one of the things that we did say, that in this group, we really would love for you all to have an auto shipment running. And I don't want you to let that scare you, but we want to build up. The auto shipment was in place for a reason, and that is for you to be a product of the product, okay? To build your own testimony. And the goal is to eventually get to the place where you are running what we call our 80 BV auto shipment. When we first started, there was not an option. We ran an 80 BV auto shipment so that we could be commission qualified. BV stands for bonus volume. We'll be kind of going through some of that stuff in this group to make sure that we understand it. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it because you can research some of that stuff on your own in your eSuite. But each product has a volume point next to it. And so in order to be commission qualified, you either have to have an 80 BV auto shipment running, and that's your own personal use products, or you can have 150 in personal volume And that is like your customers' orders, anything like that. So anything going on like personally enrolled people placing orders. And so if it's up to 150, then you can be commission qualified. But what happens a lot of times is that was added later. But what happens is we are scrambling at the end of the month to be commission qualified. And everybody's going, I want to get a commission check. So what we want to do is we want to get to the place where we are understanding that being a product of the product is such a necessity of this business. And that's that 90-day challenge of building. So if you think about it, 90 days is the loyal customer program. It's 3 months. And so you are inviting people to go along on a 90-day challenge. If you're taking a 90-day challenge with a product, then guess what? You're going to invite other people to come along and do it with you and say, hey, it'll be so much more fun. You can check in with them. You can share your results on your Facebook page, those types of things. You can just talk about stuff. Those are what we're finding is people want to be a part of something. They don't want to just do it. They want to be a part of something. And so, but it starts with you. It starts with you inviting people to be a part of it with you. So we're going to ask that everybody do at least one product for your auto shipment. If you can do the 80 BV, we want you to do that. But if you cannot, we understand, but we want to work to a place where we are getting there, okay? Because I promise you it's so worth it, and your business will grow exponentially if you will get to the stuff about, or get to the place where you are running that 80 BV auto shipment. When I first started, I did a box of wraps and my greens. That added up to 84 BV. Okay, I was commission qualified. I knew I was going to take those greens every day. And my goal in the beginning was to sell each of those wraps so that I could pay for my auto shipment. And so I would just turn around and put that money towards that. It takes some discipline, but in the beginning, that's what I would do. For some people, they did 2 boxes of wraps because they could pay for their auto shipment and have some cash in their pockets. So anyway, but that's what another thing with this group is we're going to help you. So anything we do, we're not looking for you to just spend money. We're doing anything that we suggest. It's going to be for you to grow your business. And you've got to trust us that this is, we've done it. We've done it right. We've done it wrong. We've watched people do it right. We've watched people do it wrong. And we're going to share that wisdom with you along the way, and we're going to help each other. So did that make sense, Jen?
Yes. And don't forget, y'all, that anybody that goes Ruby this month or next month that promotes to that level gets to join us at our Ruby and Above retreat that we're doing in Houston on October 6th through the 8th. And even those of you that live out of town, you can come to Texas and have fun with that if you want. So,
and anybody that goes Ruby this month, the company has a prize to give you, a Ruby prize. Have no idea what it is, but I hear it's like $200 value, and it's a Ruby prize. So that's pretty cool. They just keep doing more and more. And I hope you all saw the promotion that's going on right now.
Yes, by the facials.
Yep,
It's
exfoliating peel for free. It's pretty good stuff.
We're talking over each other. I'm sorry. All right. Well, we can let you guys go. So we're not, this is the only week we're doing one of these on Thursdays. So we will see you guys back on Tuesday for our Zoom. And then of course we'll see y'all on the page too, on the 90 day page. Okay.
If you have questions, let us know.
All right. And I will post this recording in the group page.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.